Teaching Kids About Money, Chapter 5. Kids do as you do, not as you say. Have you ever heard parents say, "If I've told you once, I've told you 1,000 times. Why don't you?" Well, if you remember those or similar words coming out of your parents' mouths, then there's a very good chance that similar words have come from your mouth when asking your children to do something around the house, or perhaps their homework. No one likes to be told what to do. I mean, think about it. Do you? So why do we waste so much breath telling children what to do? Children learn by watching what you do and then deciding whether to do it for themselves or not. If they like what they see, they'll want to know more and ask you questions so that they can learn how to do it for themselves. If they don't like what they see, maybe it looks too hard or it's too messy, they will not do what you do and resist your attempts to make them do it. The only way to make someone do something that they'd rather not do is to make the reward worth the effort, and this can be done in two ways. Either we offer payment, for example, once you've done your homework you can go out and play, or we give them the pain that they'll get if they don't do it. For example, if you don't clean up your room, I'll take your toys away. Take a few minutes to consider how you convince your children to do things that they don't want to do. People do everything to either get something that we perceive as good or avoid something that we think of as bad. So what jobs can you think of that you've chosen to do even though you hate doing them? And what was your reward for choosing to do those jobs? It may have been the money to feed your children, which is one of the most powerful motivators on the planet, or payment for an air ticket to go on a holiday. It may have been that you really wanted to help someone in need. Whatever the reason, remember that you chose to do it. No one can physically push your limbs around repeatedly to make you do anything. At some point, for whatever reason, you make the decision to do any task that you do, and then you do it. If you make the decision not to do a task, then you don't do it. After all, whose body is it, and where are your decisions made? Blaming others for making you do something is victim mentality and can keep you in a stuck state. As soon as we step back and consider what the really good reasons are that we do something, it's easy to see why we do things that we don't like or want to do. As soon as we realize what the benefits are, it's amazing how much more easily we're able to complete the task. By focusing on the benefits, we can move forward to doing the work with an attitude of acceptance. And once you accept that you do everything for your reasons and not other people's, then you can easily gain momentum to move forward in your life. The other interesting fact is, just because you get your children to do something once, strangely enough, it doesn't mean that it'll be any easier the next time. In fact, it seems like it gets harder every time you ask them. Their resistance to doing what they don't want to do is all about wearing you down to the point where you just give up and they get out of whatever it is that they don't want to do. Have you ever caught yourself doing your children's chores because it's just so much easier to do yourself? What is that all about? Think about your own behaviour and consider where you use this exact same strategy or behaviour pattern either at home or work. It's extremely empowering when we realise that we all do it. Everyone on the planet instinctively tries to do what they want to do and avoid doing what they don't want to do.